All right, we're back with another incredible episode of the Level Up Club. We got us a very special guest today, all the way from the East Coast where she crushes it. We have digital it girl, Broadway aficionado, viral creator, Jess Val Ortiz. Let's go, let's make some noise. How you feeling, Jess?
That was quite the introduction.
Oh,
I have
man.
big shoes to fill
Oh
now.
man, we just call it like we see it. We call it like we see it.
Oh,
man.
thanks.
How you enjoying LA so far?
Oh, it's great. I love coming here. I come here a couple times. More than a couple times a year. Maybe 5-6 times a year. I've spent a lot of time here. This year in particular, I've come out for a lot of work. I came out here for the Grammys earlier, and that was so much fun. And now I'm here in town working on some things that we'll touch on later. But I'm also seeing my friend in Dancing with the Stars tomorrow, so that's really exciting. And yeah, just working on lots of fun things.
Nice, absolutely. You just went to Disneyland. How was that experience?
It was great. It was the first time I ever went to Disneyland. I've been to the one in Orlando.
Yeah.
That one was really cool. This one was like Orlando, but smaller.
Yeah.
Because the Magic Kingdom, the castle was very small and you could just walk right through it. And it was kind of like, this is cute. But I really enjoyed it. It was still magical and I'm glad I went.
Yeah, the Orlando one's massive.
Yeah.
The other one's here's a castle, and 10 steps later, you're already through. It's
Right,
cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know it was going to be a smaller version, but it was still fun.
That's just indicative of California real estate in general. It's
yeah.
All right, nice. And then, when we think about your career, your creativity, everything along those lines, how was it growing up being someone who's always into the creative realms, music, film, TV and such? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I grew up doing theater my whole life.
Yeah.
That was always number one for me. I was 5 years old. I did a production of Oliver and I was a little workhouse boy. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is where I belong. This is great. And I actually loved theater so much. I did it my whole life. And I majored in musical theater at Penn State. And so I was like, I want to do this professionally, see where it goes. But then in COVID happened in 2020. And I was like, oh no, what do I do with my creativity since everything closed down? What do I do about my acting career? And so then I found TikTok and I downloaded TikTok and I had so much fun with it. And then I became a creator on there and I've never looked back. Yeah. So it was kind of crazy how things have shifted in my career. And I never thought I was going to be a digital creator have that be my full-time job when 20 years of my life I've been dedicating myself to theater.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing both. So it's really, really a dream come true.
Absolutely. And studying musical theater in college and such, which we can consider a very creative major, right? A lot of people are kind of deterred from doing creative majors, whether it's art, music, musical theater and such. Did you ever have resistance from people in your life about chasing that of oh, that's not a real major, you know? Did you ever have that?
Actually, no. My parents were extremely supportive of it. There was a point where I asked them if I could not go to college and just move to New York and do the thing. And they were like, no, you have to get a degree. You have to go to college. And I didn't really agree with them at the time. But looking back, I'm really glad I still went to school. And especially Penn State, because I loved Penn State. Love it. I learned so much, more than just theater related things, obviously since it was my major, but I also feel like I became such a well-rounded person because we had to take math class, science class, electives, and do different things. And there were so many different kinds of activities, the football games. And I was like, oh, this is really great. And I feel like because I got that experience at Penn State, I was able to, transition to a different career in an easier way. And I was more open-minded. So even though I was really scared to start making content online, I was like, wait, no, but this is, the school taught me that life can take you in many different directions and you don't know what's going to change. And so I was really prepared for that. And so I'm so glad that I went to Penn State. It was amazing and I will always love it so much.
Yeah, Penn State cut that out right there and cut her a check for that advertising right there.
Okay.
Nice, and that's so good you had that support system too as well, because it's so sad how so many people get deterred from chasing their creative passions, because of traditional ideas of what can actually be a career. But now times are so different. And I know for me, I was always very deterred from pursuing creative realms, So for me, it's I did end up having a successful sports career, but it was like I was definitely not going to be approved to do anything other than sports. And now it's like looking back, I'm like, man, I wish I was able to pursue that just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Man, but that's incredible. And then what advice do you have to people who might be getting deterred of, where they want to pursue film, acting, music, television, dancing, what advice do you have to them?
I think it's really important to pursue the things that you love the most. I think that's very, very important, but also to surround yourself with people who believe in what you believe in and, see something in you and support you and want nothing but the best for you. Yeah. So whenever COVID happened, I was in a very serious relationship. I was with someone who did not particularly support me. And that really, I feel like, held me back in my career and the things that I love the most. And that was really hard. I was with this man for 4 years, and that was extremely difficult because I wanted to move to New York once COVID was settling down, and people were starting to get back into their theater acting careers. And I was like, I want to go and pursue that. And he was like, well, we're going to move to Virginia for my work. And I was like,
Virginia.
I don't know, what do I do? But I was so young, and I was so, what's the word? I was definitely more like, I don't know. I say this in a hopefully not a creepy way, but like I was more submissive because I was, younger. He was also a lot older than me. He was like 9 years older than me. So I was like, oh no, well if he's the one, then I gotta follow him. But I'm never. I learned a lot from that. That was a big mistake, moving to Virginia for a year. And then I was like, okay, I'm here in Virginia, and I gotta get out of here. I gotta move to New York, and I gotta pursue my dreams. So now I'm there, and I found the love of my life, so it all worked out.
Oh, let's go, man.
But anyways, back to the original question: is surround yourself. Now I'm with someone who fully supports me, embraces like everything that I have to offer, not just like who I am as a person, but my my career ambitions and everything that I love. And so that's just really important to have that support system around you. Yeah.
Man, well, shout out to him because that's incredible. But man, that's amazing that you did, make it out of that situation. It's so easy to get kind of like stuck and complacent, and to have like the psychological impact of someone who's each day like not supporting your dreams. Yeah. It can really affect self-belief.
It was really, really difficult. But I learned a lot from that relationship, and I learned what I need to avoid in people. So yeah, I'm really glad that it happened because of what I learned.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, that's incredible. Nice. Look at you now.
Yeah.
Crushing it, man. You crush it. Your videos are incredible. I feel like it's a mix of like comedy, relatability, also like professional insight sometimes too as well. But do you feel like there's a sort of overlay or crossover between the theater world and social media?
I really try to overlay the two, because I'll post a lot of videos, not a lot. I'll post a few videos of myself singing, performing, sometimes here and there. It's not necessarily how I fully brand myself. Like I feel like my true followers, my Val pals, as I call them, they know that I'm a theater gal and I have a theater background. But I think what's really cool about social media and my platform is like I want to post things that don't necessarily feel like work, and like theater feels like that's like the top of the pyramid for me. That's like the dream job, and I do want to be on Broadway one day and achieve that dream. But when I go to TikTok, I want to escape. And I want to do things that make me feel like I'm escaping. I want other people to feel like they're escaping whenever they come to my page. And so I just really want to have fun and talk about things that, might be just something that me and my friend late night in a car at a drive-through just start talking about. I'm like, oh my God, isn't it funny when this thing happens? We could turn that into a video. That'd be so funny. I just wanted to feel super chill, super fun, and hilarious, hopefully, for some people. And just have a good time. So
yeah, absolutely. And that's something you mentioned in the past too, as well, of when you're getting on TikTok, and I think at that time also was a little bit different of a platform of the videos you would see constantly where, maybe it was a lot more of a provocative dance style or maybe thirst trap style and such. How did you avoid getting too sucked into that realm and to be authentic to yourself?
Yeah, I was really confused in the beginning, navigating the apps and because all the things that were trendy. That those were the things that were going viral. But I was like, how do I make myself stand out from that? I'm like, okay, well, I love being ridiculous. So I feel like maybe if I act ridiculous online, that could be fun.
Yeah.
And we'll see if anyone resonates with that. And a lot of people did. And I guess a lot of people might be afraid to act that way. And so they'll see me do it and they'll be like, oh my gosh, like she's so me. Like, I wish I could be like that. Or, you know, and so I'll read through my comments and they're like, oh my gosh, like I totally relate to you. And I just have so much fun. It feels like an escape. And every time when I come home, like I'll just binge watch your videos and just have a wonderful time after a bad day. Or so it feels really good. Like I love doing what I do. And it's really fun. I want it to stay fun. The second that it feels like burnout or work, I'm just like, I need to take a step back. I need to chill for a second because, you know, like I went to Disneyland yesterday and I was like, oh, in the moment, I was just like, let's film like a fun video. And it was fun for me. And so I posted it and I was like so excited to post it. I'm like, yes, this is what this is about. It's about sharing what I love and hopefully other people can see it and relate to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you give such an organic, authentic, like relatable, like a bestie feel on social media too as well. So it's amazing that you impact so many people that way, you know, not to be like too philosophical, but you know, that one quote where it's like, when we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to let theirs shine too as well. You know, that's incredible that you have that platform, but also you don't let it affect you when it comes to like the commercial side of social media when you have that much of a platform too as well. What's the most challenging thing about having such a large platform?
There's times, well, okay, let me rewind. Maybe back in 2022, there was a time where I started doing these particular fast speed skits. So I put like my voice over like a two times speed filter. And every single time I would post one of those videos, it would get millions and millions and millions of views. And I, in a summer, gained 6 million followers. And I was like, whoa, this is so overwhelming and so cool. And sometimes with the growth, it will slow down and then it'll speed back up and it'll slow down. And so I'm constantly being like, okay, well, things are a little like slow right now. Does this mean that I'm doing something wrong? Does it mean that people don't care about what I'm saying or doing anymore? And that's, you know, it makes me, you know, question the type of content that I'm posting. And I just want to be able to connect with people. That's like the ultimate goal of what I do, and to, you know, make people feel good. And I'm just like, oh, do people not find joy in my videos anymore? And it kind of makes me feel a little cuckoo. But, you know, I really just try not to let the numbers get to me. And I just want to really focus on like the quality of my videos, you know, I want to focus on the amount of, you know, effort and love that I put into them. I try to collaborate with my friends, my other fellow creator friends who are super awesome and funny. And I just, you know, try not to think about like if it goes viral or not. Like, who cares? As long as people are genuinely enjoying it, like that's what I need to focus on.
Yeah, man, that's such an important topic too, because you know, everyone on social media or people who are generally trying to be a full-time creator, they're thinking all about, okay, how many views can I get? How can I grow? How can I grow? But not necessarily so much of the conversation is like, how can I prepare my mind mentally for what comes with it?
Yeah.
You know, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the pressure of posting too as well. So would you say that's how you handle it, is kind of just like telling yourself that you're trying to just make it fun? Or how do you handle that anxiety of posting and the pressure of performance?
Yeah, I mean, I really do try to do at least 2 to 3 nice, chill things for myself a week. Whether that's, you know, go into the city and take my dog on a walk, do a little retail therapy, get my nails done, get a coffee, you know, those things. I need to have balance in my life because I do spend a lot of time online and I do spend a lot of time on my phone, posting, editing, working with brands. And it's really important for me, like when I'm with my boyfriend or when I'm with my friends, I put my phone away and I'll only take it out if like I'm showing them a video or I want to take a picture or a video of us. And that's kind of it. I really just try to stay in the moment as much as I can. because it can swallow you up and it can make you feel crazy. The screen time, and oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing.
Man, absolutely. And there's a lot of opinions out there on the internet too as well.
Yeah, I looked at my screen time yesterday because every Sunday it gives you your your screen time, your average screen time per day, and it was, oh my God, it was like 9.5 hours. I was like, no, this is so bad. This is so bad.
We're just gonna call it research and development for you since it's your job.
Yes, exactly. Like when people go to their 9 to 5s, they're on a computer for about 8 to 9 hours a day. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Exactly. 100%. You know, one of my favorite recent videos of yours that made me crack up is when you overlaid the SpongeBob audio about like having a friend that you FaceTime for like 3 hours and everyone's to get off the phone. Do you have any friend that you love just like reaching out to, talking to, that helps you feel grounded and just like helps you feel just like more connected in general?
Yeah, honestly, my boyfriend, he's really great. He's so logical.
2 shout outs. We love this guy. Let's go.
His name is Alexi. He's amazing. I hope you're watching this.
Okay.
Hi.
European man. What's up, Alexi?
Yeah, he's great. But he's like, it's so funny. Whenever we started dating, he was like, this seems kind of cool. Maybe I'll try to like make content. Yeah. So we made content a lot together, and we went to Europe together, and we made like a ton of stuff there, and he got super into it. And he was like, I have to post at least a video a day to grow. Like maybe this is something like I could pursue. And then he was like, after like a month and a half of him doing it, he was like, Jessica, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, why? And he was like, well, I feel like my brain has turned into mush, and I feel like I am going crazy. I was like, I totally get it. It is not for everyone. Yeah. Like it is very time consuming, and he has like a full-time job on top of that. So like him trying to be a content creator on top of his full-time corporate America job, like he was just like, I feel like I'm losing it. So he was like, mad respect to you for doing it and making it work. But yeah, he was like, I need to take a social media break. So he put like blockers on his phone where he just couldn't access TikTok or Instagram because he was like so distracting. He's like sitting at work. He's like, I can't. You know,
he's like thinking about viral trends, like right next to his Excel sheets. And so like,
exactly. And so he now is like very offline, and it's been great for me because I'm like, okay, great. Now, like when we're together, we can just like put the phones away and be present in the moment. I think that's so important for everyone, really, because I feel like technology has become such a huge part of everyone's life. Yeah. And social media and just like doom scrolling. So it's important to have that balance and do those nice things for yourself.
100%, man. Yeah. Absolutely. And then, you know, you're in the realm of like acting, the sort of Broadway niche and such. That's, of course, like your big dream there. Do you see any sort of advantage when it comes to casting, when it comes to people having a social media following or not? Like, how does that affect casting? Do you see it affecting at all within the realm?
It has definitely happened for some actors. I'm blanking on the names, but I know for a fact, like, you know, some people have posted viral singing videos. It's helped them get into the room, get called back for things. I know for a fact that I ended up signing with my theater agents, because they had a connection to my digital agents. And so they were like, you know, let's put together a performance reel for Jess and we'll pitch them to your theater agents and see what'll happen. So they took a meeting with me last December, 2 Decembers ago. And, you know, they were like, oh, she seems great. They checked me out on Instagram and TikTok, and they were like, yeah, let's set up a meeting. We had a meeting and then we signed. And so that has really helped me, you know, get connected to my theatrical representation, which has been great. And I've been able to go in for amazing Broadway shows, amazing roles. Last year was called in for Satine in Moulin Rouge, which is the Nicole Kidman role in the movie. Yeah. Roxy Hart in Chicago, and also Elphaba in Wicked, which was crazy. Okay. It was amazing. It was like the hardest I've ever worked towards these parts. And I was just like, wow, like my dreams are finally becoming like a reality. And although it didn't work out, I just feel like I've learned so much about myself, and I am taking my training very, very seriously. And I love my voice teacher, and I am very consistent with him. And I take voice lessons every couple times a month. And I am just really excited to see how, you know, my theatrical career will accelerate.
Absolutely. And that's, I actually just wrote an article about that on the Rolling Stone platform. Shout out Rolling Stone, we love you. But it was about how resumes are actually dead compared to personal brands. You know, where it's like people are kind of just tearing up that traditional one page, like here's what I've done, and using the social media feed, it's like you can actually see someone's energy, personality. You can hear them sing. You can, you know, athletes, you can see them on their highlights and stuff like that. It's just such a powerful aspect we have as part of society now. It's crazy.
That is interesting. No, that's so true. I mean, literally use like my Instagram and LinkedIn. I also am on LinkedIn as well.
Nice. She's a professional. Let's go.
I have to have my LinkedIn. But my Instagram, I try to make it look as clean and as nice as possible. I have my bio, and I, you know, have my representation in there, and, you know, where I am. And so it's like people are using their like Instagrams as resumes these days, which I think is cool and progressive. And you can learn a lot about a person through Instagram.
I feel like there also is almost like a positive indicator for someone who can grow themselves on social, that it shows like they can adapt to times, like they're problem solvers, you know, they understand like what audiences want to as well, you know, so that makes sense. Absolutely. And then let's talk about just life. You live an amazing life. You're all over the world. You just went to Europe, you're at Disneyland, you know, you audition for shows and such. Tell us about the VMAs. Like, what was that experience like?
It was so much fun. I went with CBS and Meta, and we were there to help promote their new show on CBS called The Road, which is a new country singing competition show.
Nice.
And they had two of their contestants on, and they were fabulous, and they were singing with us. And I even got to sing a little bit with them while we were on the bus going to the VMAs. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So that was really fun and special. And we went with a really nice group of influencers, and they were all super fun and awesome. And then we got to walk the red carpet, and there was like every famous person under the sun. Tate McRae, like we basically brushed shoulders, and I was like, oh my God. And her performance was crazy.
I heard that Tate was actually like, did you just see that was Jess right there?
Oh no, please. No, there's no way she knows who I am.
That's just word on the street. I'm just calling it.
When I saw Ariana Grande, that is when I lost my mind.
Oh, really? Yeah.
She came very late, and she was walking the carpet, and I was like screaming. I was like hollering. I was like, I love you so much. And then we got escorted away. I was like, oh no, but it's okay. I hope she heard me.
Were you a big fan of her even before like Wicked and such?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was like a huge Victorious fan.
Oh yeah, Victorious,
and she's also a theater girly. Like she was in 13, the musical, and you know, I feel so connected to her in so many ways, and I just think that she's the greatest. I think she is so dedicated and the hardest worker, and the way that she shifts genres and styles, and the way that she has classically trained her voice for Wicked is so difficult, and like very few people can do that, and she is just amazing, and she can truly do it all. And like she goes from being on Nickelodeon to being a pop star to being an Oscar nominee. Like who can do that? She's so inspiring.
Man,
I love her.
Her voice is like absolutely incredible. Just like the raw power and such a little body too.
I know.
Insane.
She's like the short. And Cynthia Erivo too. I actually got to meet Cynthia at the Grammys this year. That was so special. She has the most calming energy. Like I was freaking out holding her hands, and I was like, I just love you so much, and I saw you in The Color Purple on Broadway, and you're just amazing. And she was just like, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. With her like very regal accents, like
she's like, you're just so kind, and I'm like, you're so kind. I felt crazy, but she's amazing. They're both amazing.
I know, it's so funny, like because I would consider myself like a fairly high energy person too as well. It's so funny when we meet people who are like super calm and like, okay, I gotta tone down.
I was like,
relax a little bit.
I need to read the room.
It's so funny.
Sometimes I can't do that. She was a breath of fresh air. I'm so glad she is finally blowing up right now, because she's
absolutely
amazing.
I feel like she's gotten so much universal love, which we'd love to see too as well.
You know? I love to see theater girlies like blow up massively, like, and everyone knows who she is now. Like before, because theater's a little niche. Like theater's a very like definitely a little bit of a smaller community. I mean, ever since Wicked and Hamilton has like broken out and become super popular, like I think a lot more people are like, oh yeah, I could be a theater kid. But if you're like a true theater kid and know all the musicals and all the people, like I've known Cynthia Erivo for many years, and when I heard that she booked Wicked, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is major. This is going to change her life. And she was already doing amazing things, but I just feel like, you know, the amount of things that she's doing now compared to even 10 years ago, it's just, I'm just so happy for her. She's doing amazing.
Absolutely. Production team, biggest fan. Make sure we got that Wicked 2 premiere on the schedule right there. And then Elphaba stand-in. Yes. Oh, and then so for, speaking of Hamilton, I've seen Hamilton too as well. I feel like there's also such a like cultural moment where Hamilton was like it was like, you have to buy tickets like 3 months in advance and such. And they just had the 10-year celebration, right? And tell us about like the kind of funny moment that you had with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my God. So a couple months ago, I guess a couple months ago at this point, on TikTok, the girls dressing up as Alexander Hamilton trend was going super, super viral. And I saw the girls doing that. I was like, I have to do this. This is right up my alley. And so I went on Amazon, I bought my little costume, and I went into my den, and I sat down at my makeup station, and I made my first video of the Alexander come back to sleep. And it was crazy. My mom texted me and she was like, you look crazy. Take that video down right now. And I was like, no, this is special. This is what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
And so I ended up making a few more, and I was dancing and just having fun with it. And all the videos got a lot of positive reactions from it. And so Disney invited me to the 10-year Hamilton movie premiere in Central Park. And I went, and I think it was the day before I went, my team reached out to me and they were like, so do you think you could bring your costume? I was like, my Hamilton costume? They were like, yeah. And I was like, why? They were like,
sure.
Well, they want you girls to make some content for the Hamilton team. And so I was like, okay, all right, fine. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fun. So I met some of the other girls who have also done the trend and have gone viral for it as well. And that was really fun, really cool. And so I'm standing off to the side with my friend, and I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I look to my left, and it's freaking Lin-Manuel, and he goes, you crazy woman. And I was like, I literally didn't even say any words. I was freaking out. And then there was all these like photographers around. They were like, hey, let's get a pic. And there's this psycho picture of us together. And he's like, and I'm like next to him. And it was like the face of Broadway World, which is like the main Broadway article website. And it was like me and Lin-Manuel and him looking terrified of me. And I was just like,
were you in your costume?
Yes, I had a beard on and everything.
Oh,
it was
man.
the wildest thing ever. But it was so cool. We later that night had another little moment, and he was presenting to everyone before the movie started, and he was like, everyone enjoy Hamilton. And when he was coming down, he saw me, and he put his hand on my shoulder and gave me a little pat. And I'm like, he probably thinks I'm so psycho. But no, it was such a great night. I never in a million years thought that like Lin-Manuel Miranda would know who I am. And it was crazy that he approached me and we had that moment. I will never forget that moment.
That's so funny.
It was so crazy. And I hope I can work with him in some capacity in life. Because I'm a huge fan of him as well. Like he's produced so many shows.
He's so talented.
He's so great.
He does like music, like TV, film, like
I know.
casting abilities. Like, oh my God.
I know.
Yeah.
But I first fell in love with his work whenever he produced In the Heights back in 2007, 2008. And I actually did the show whenever I was in high school, and I played Nina, which is the lead female character in the show, and that was so special. And I even sent him a message. I was like, jokes aside, I know you think I'm crazy, but I genuinely I appreciate your work so much. Yeah. And doing In the Heights back in high school was like one of the best experiences I've ever had as an actress. And I just really love, and adore your work. And so
better than Spamilton.
Yeah, so actually that wasn't a project that he was on,
but you played like multiple people in it, right?
I did. So that was like a parody of Hamilton and a bunch of other Broadway musicals as well. So that was a show that I did back in 2019, and then I also went on tour with it for a little bit back in 2022. And that was really fun. That was very special.
Nice.
So I'm glad I got to do that. Yeah. And hopefully more Lin-Manuel projects in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to him also for just like the, being a representative of, like minorities in the space, like Hispanics in the space. It's like, I feel like he's done such an amazing job as like representing so many underrepresented people, you know, in like a
Absolutely.
niche realm.
Yeah,
So
I
cool.
know.
Yeah. And then how does your Latin background kind of like influence your life and like what you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an honor to be able to do shows like In the Heights, and I would love to be in a show like Hamilton one day. So it's really important and special for me. And I even named my dog Rico. Rico after Puerto Rico, which
Oh,
is
nice.
very special for me.
Yeah.
I really wish that my father is born and raised in the Bronx, and his mom is from Spain and his father's from Puerto Rico, and they speak fluent Spanish. But my dad never taught me because my mom doesn't speak it, and I know that's very difficult for people to teach their kids when like both the parents don't speak that language, you know, since they both didn't speak Spanish.
Yeah. And it's not being taught in like the schools at young ages
Right.
and such.
Yeah. Like I grew up in a very white, conservative, small town, an hour north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so like no one really was speaking Spanish except at, you know, in our Spanish classes. But that was something that I really wish that I learned how to do growing up. That is something that I'm very mad at my father, you know, for like never teaching me and my siblings. And now that I live in New York, and now that I live, you know, amongst a lot of, you know, Latinos, I really hope that that is something that I can learn to do. And I really want to be embraced in that culture more. I feel like it's a huge part of who I am and a part of myself that I want to embrace. And so I feel like maybe that's a part of my identity that I haven't really had an opportunity to connect with. And so I really want to connect with it more as I grow older.
Man,
Yeah.
absolutely. I can definitely resonate with you on that level too, as well. As someone who's like a mixed background, essentially.
What's your background?
Black and Samoan.
Oh, okay.
You know, Black and Samoan. So on the black side, it's like you're expected to only listen to hip hop. You're expected to only play sports. Right on this side, Samoan, it's like you should know how to do all the traditional dances, the tap poses, things like that. Like you should know more words in Samoan, you know? So it's like I've almost felt like I've always been everywhere and like nowhere at the same time, you know? But it is so interesting where it's like certain aspects of our personality determine whether we're accepted by certain people. You know,
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
realistically, it's like
absolutely.
it's in us, like the blood is in us, and
Yeah.
we can be represented in like different ways.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Yeah, absolutely. What would be your dream role to play?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've gone in for a couple of them, which is great. I feel like that's, you know, I'm on the right path. Satine in Moulin Rouge is a huge role. I would love to play.
Yep.
Also, Elphaba in Wicked, and my third dream role, which is the number one dream role, but I don't unfortunately have the vocal range, and it's okay. And it's to play Christine Daae in Phantom of the Opera, but
nice.
she's a very operatic role.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It also closed off Broadway, so I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm okay with burying that dream. But yeah, those are definitely my top roles right now. Also, like Eliza in Hamilton would be a dream as well. So yeah, I really just want to get back up on stage, and I know it'll happen very
Oh,
soon.
definitely will happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like so much of a part of it too, as well, is like personality, you know, like do people, because there's so much rehearsal that goes behind it, so many times they just spend together, or it's like acting like table reads and such. And it's like, obviously you have an incredible personality. I'm sure the cast loves to be around you. I feel like that is such a massive aspect of it too, as well.
It is,
you know?
and it's so different from like being a content creator. I film 99% of my content by myself, and you know, I have my friend who assists me sometimes, and my boyfriend will help me, and my team will help me sometimes, but for most of the time it's just me. And I just love being a part of a community and a cast and a crew, and just having that support and love around you. And that's just what I'm used to growing up with being in theater and doing shows. And, you know, that was also probably one of the biggest challenges, like becoming a full-time content creator, because it's like, okay, I'm the producer, I'm the writer, I'm the actor, I wear all these hats. Whereas, you know, I'm doing a show and I get to listen to a director, I get to listen to a music director and a choreographer, and then I have the cast around me, and it's like, it's very different, but it's really cool. I've learned a lot about myself through being a content creator, and I try to integrate it with what I do on stage.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, absolutely. And then what's the most hilarious thing that's ever happened to you on stage, or maybe the most like extra thing that you've ever done, whether it was like a play, acting, anything like that?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. There has to be something crazy. I forget something I had? Okay. So I wasn't in a musical, but I did a singing competition whenever I was 13 years old. And I sang The Wizard and I from Wicked. And my mom painted me green. And she thought that was going to give me some points, some extra points. But really, I just looked insane because it wasn't even a good paint job. It was like circles around my eyes and around my mouth. I looked insane. And so I was just singing the end of the song. It's a very difficult song. It's one of the hardest songs to sing on Broadway. And I remember holding out the very last note and I cracked like 5 times. I was like, the wizard and I. And it was just, I was like, oh my God. I went backstage and there was a couch and I fell on the couch and I just started sobbing in my green makeup. And I'm sure the green makeup got everywhere. And I was just so embarrassed. And guess who won? Not me. I don't even think I placed. That was, oh my gosh.
Man.
That was really embarrassing.
But we love a supportive mom, and thank you for buying the green paint at Michael's or whatever it was, man.
Yeah, that was
so funny.
unfortunate.
Oh, man. Those hilarious moments are just so good to look back on too as well, of like also not taking ourselves too seriously and like that life continues to go on, you know?
Yeah.
Not amazing.
It's a great memory to look back on.
Yes, indeed. And then when you think about, our preferences in life, and within the theater space, let's go through sort of like a rapid fire style, like this or that.
Okay.
All right? Let's see what you prefer. Okay. So I'll have a question. I'll give you 2 options. You choose one. You can even give like a little bit of a background on why you chose that, or we can go right into the next.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So do you prefer comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Okay. Improv or scripted?
Scripted.
Why scripted?
I'm not great at improv. Sometimes if I give myself like enough time to improvise, then I'll be okay. But that's not what improv is. Like you have to be like really quick. And so I could be quicker. I know if I took classes, I would be better, but I just do much better rehearsing for things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then for like a traditional theater stage or commercial on-camera acting?
Theater.
Yeah. Okay. And then a leading role or surprise and impactful supporting cameo?
Oh, man. Leading role.
Leading role, yep. Nice. All right. Night rehearsal or early morning call time?
Early morning call time.
Oh, wow. Early morning.
I'm useless after 9 p.m. Useless. Yeah, I'm sorry. I recently, just this past year, I've become such a grandma, but I'm definitely more of a morning person these days. I like to get things done and then go to bed.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And then a massive full theater or packed intimate local show?
Massive full theater because you can't see anyone with the stage lights blaring down on you. And it's like you're just performing to a light.
Interesting. Yeah, that's what you never really think about from like the audience perspective.
Yeah, intimate, scary. Like with people like right there on you. I've done that before. I've performed in cabaret spaces where people are like right there. I'm like, oh my God, stop looking at me. Stop, go away.
Just like 5 feet, you can hear them breathing and eating their chips.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And then last one is dressing room chatter or silent, serious prep?
Dressing room chatter. Just because it's more fun and chill. Like when you hear people just being like having a good time. Because if it gets like quiet and like really serious, then like, I don't know, you can get a little in your head, like, oh my God, like it's happening. But if everyone's like having fun around you, then it just like calms the nerves, you know?
Oh, I'm the same way. I'm like, I can't stand just like silent anything for longer than 90 seconds. I gotta call my therapist.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, nice. So, you've already done so much, you've accomplished so much. Like, what's next for you?
Yeah. So I have a very fun project coming up with one of my good friends who's actually on Dancing with the Stars right now as one of the pro ballroom dancers. Her name is Daniela Karagoch, and her and I are collaborating on a jewelry line called Dainty. It's her company, and so I met her back in May. And it's really cool. I actually met her through my boyfriend because she danced with my boyfriend. My boyfriend used to be a ballroom dancer, ballroom dancer.
All right.
Yeah. So she started this jewelry line, and her business partner had reached out and been like, "Hey, if Jessica wants to collaborate, let's make something happen." So I'm here in LA shooting the jewelry launch, which I'm really excited about, and I have my own collection coming November 6th, which is my birthday, and so it'll be available hopefully for Black Friday, Christmas sales, and I'm just really excited about it. The pieces are very special and near and dear to my heart. We got a music note piece. We have a little paw prints from my fur babies. And if you're a real one, you know how much I love my fur babies. And some other exciting pieces that I'm really excited to share with everyone.
Okay, that's incredible. Let's go. She's going into the e-commerce and jewelry space. We love that. It's all, it's amazing to be like so well-rounded in that way too as well.
I never thought I'd be like a businesswoman, but here we
go,
are.
businesswoman. Come on now.
Thank you. Oh no, that was horrible. There we go. There we go. Yes. There we go. Yes, that was good.
And
that was
we'll make sure we put the link to the jewelry because this will come out right around that time too as well. Make sure we put the link in the description for the jewelry. Make sure you go grab it.
It's gorgeous.
Go grab that. Let's go. Rico's little paw prints are going to be on there too as well.
A little dog, a little cat, studs. Very dainty, very cute.
Thank you so much, Jess, for an incredible episode. This is going to help so many people and just touch and inspire them too as well, as you always do. As you always do. And thank you so much for tuning in for another amazing episode of Level Up Club. Thank you to Jess Val Ortiz. Her links will all be in the description. Thank you to Image PR. Thank you to Aura House Studios, Dilip, Rachel, Anton, Kyrie, Adrian. We love the entire team part of this. And then make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. We love you.
Bye.
Absolutely.